just abhorrently hard, you know. And we fail to recognize this. Like, racist motherfuckers even decided to name a restaurant after these saltines. How infuriating. Not only did they decide to name a restaurant a Saltine Barrel, but they have the most D-tier food ever at that restaurant. I'm just going to say here now, Cracker Barrel's food is nasty. Can I say that? Like, imagine if someone opened a chain of restaurants called the Nigga Hut and all the food was disgusting. Honestly, let me write that down for... Hey Siri. Hey, most of you guys who watch this content ain't even subscribed.
Oh my god.
So why don't you go ahead and fix that? Alright, we good? Now on to the video. So should we ban you know what, hate race, you know what, it's too hard, it's too complicated. The way our chat system works, we can't stop the hate raid, says Twitch. And meanwhile, the C word, however, saltines, one might say, is like, you pushing it too far, you know what I'm saying? You're hurting my fifis.
No, I hate being in limbo like this. Like, if you're gonna ban me. Just don't.
Twitch was like, say less.
Deleting my VOD. It's also annoying because Twitch is taking a cowardly position where they don't want to openly come out and be like, anti-white racism is unacceptable on this platform, and that's precisely why we are banning the usage of the term cracker.
Saltine. And you know what? Saltines have it hard. You know what? You may think I'm joking. You know how hard it must be to walk outside your door every single day. You know, constantly being followed around in stores. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that you're up to no good. You know, again, these pullovers. Your tail light is out. Sir, it's daytime. How could you know if my tail light is out? It's not even supposed to be on in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Constantly searches. You know what I'm saying? People walk across the street when you're on the same side of the street. You know what I'm saying? Saltines have it like really hard. You know, just abhorrently hard. You know, and we fail to recognize this. Like, racist motherfuckers even decided to name a restaurant after these saltines. How infuriating. Not only did they decide to name a restaurant a Saltine Barrel, but they have the most D-tier food ever at that restaurant. I'm just going to say here now, Cracker Barrel's food is nasty. Can I say that? Like, imagine if someone opened a chain of restaurants called the Nigga Hut and all the food was disgusting. Honestly, let me write that down for... Hey Siri.
Talking about the fucking ethics of being able to use the C word versus, you know, how they should also be able to say the N word as well. And that's precisely why I don't think...
I mean, they should. If everything's being equal, let them say the N word. Let them say the N word. Go ahead. Have at it, son. Are you winning? Say the N word. Go ahead.
Serious decision yet, and that's precisely why they're fucking waiting on trying to figure out what to do with this. Okay, and that's what's currently happening. It's the dumbest fucking drama, but it's like, take a stance, dude. I know this is a complex or complicated situation, a complicated issue, but you didn't have a problem fucking yeeting insect.
It's not really that complicated of an issue. It's just that maybe Twitch should learn how to contextually, like, know when something is being used as a slur, or versus when something is used as, I don't know, actually derogatory. I don't know. Like, if I walk up to a white person and say, call them, yo, what up, my saltine, dap them up, I would and if they were visibly angry from that, I'd have to punch them in the chest. I'm sorry. You're sensitive. You need to man up. I'm sorry.
And simp immediately when you came out of the gate swinging and you were like, we're gonna make sure that people can't be called incel or simp anymore, and it was like, well, who are you protecting in that situation? That's so silly. You're being ridiculous. And they stopped it, and they never banned anyone for that.
Honestly, simps have it pretty hard out there too, you know what I'm saying? Imagine having to fork over all your money to like a pretty young thing on the internet. You know what, you know, it's her fault for looking all hot out there in her little streaming rectangle, looking all unobtainable, you know. But maybe, just maybe, a few extra dollars would get you a little bit closer to her noticing you. I have it hard it's hard out there for simps.
And now it's like a similar situation with Cracker is occurring, and they're like trying to fucking figure this shit out. It's like, I want to move on, okay? I want to move on. It's so stupid. I don't care. It's just make a decision, okay? Like, I'm not married to being able to say Cracker.
I am.
Okay? I've never fucking used the term until my moderators randomly started getting clapped. Incredibly fucking ridiculous situation. Like, they're writing Cracker in the chat and they get fucking banned in a matter of minutes. Go to any fucking stream, go to any other stream, and you see people, not only the content creators are saying the R word, but also people are spamming it. They're not getting fucking banned. Same with like a number of different, way worse even, spam that goes on, including Cracker too. And I'm not saying this to like ban all of those people that say the R word, or I'm not, because I have fucking used it in the past as well, at least slipped out. But like, I'm not saying enforce that on them as well. I'm simply stating that it's ridiculous to straight up fucking ban people for their usage of Cracker in one chat because some staff members happen to be there, versus other chats where you can fucking totally write it. And when I say consistency, when I say I want consistency, on top of that, don't want you to ban people for saying Cracker or whatever, okay? There are chats who say the soft N-word and Twitch allows that. Yeah, but I don't.
That's because for the low price of $4.99 a month, Hyper is going to give you the N-word pass. And it is non-refundable. And if you're not satisfied with the results that you're getting from saying the N-word, I'm sorry, that sounds like a you problem.
Want people to get fucking banned for that either, unless they are like very clearly a white streamer saying it, okay? But there are chats with, what are you gonna do, fucking clap DJ Academics' chat, which is white as fuck already as is. Like, what do you want to like actively purge you know, black content creators from the platform? That sucks. Don't do that. Can we please stop talking about this, bro? People literally forget about it in 2 weeks. Nobody worth their mind was seriously.
All right, and then he gets stun locked.
More people who are progressive, who advocate for progressive values, who fight for fucking working class people all around the world, who are anti-imperialist, who advocate for these sorts of things. If you want those people to exist on this platform, some of you may not, then not having a better understanding of like the intricacies and not having a decent approach to like white supremacist backed movements, or falling into antiquated white supremacist agitprop like white fragility, that's terrible. It's like it's a silly thing to do, and it also most likely makes the space feel less open to black people existing in it and brown people existing in it. To play devil's advocate though, wouldn't the N-bomb be black fragility? No. I love Hassan's chat because it's like literally just people with like, that just wants to argue. Like, that literally just wants to argue. And they just say dumb out of pocket shit because they either want him to do the big reaction, which honestly, I would respect them more. I respect them more if they would be like, yo, I'm just trying to get a reaction out of you, bro. Which is what they're trying to do 80% of the time. They're trying to get a reaction out of him because they're Twitch streamers, they're Twitch viewers. They want the big reaction. What Hasan is the best when he is constantly stun locked and he's like yelling and banning people. It's entertaining. It entertains your dumb monkey brain when you say something dumb as like, to play devil's advocate though, wouldn't the N-bomb just be black fragility? Even though like
Like, there's a specific reason why white people cannot say the N-word. There's a specific reason. It has to do literally because the N-word originated from white people as a derogatory slur for calling black people out of their name, calling them N-word with the nigga with the hard R. And through years of like taking that word and making it our own, we were able to reclaim that word, and now can we have something to ourselves? Hell, I would respect if white people were like, hey, we want to take cracker and make it our own. We want to take it, remove the ER, add an A, that's our word. I would respect that more than just people being salty and butthurt and being like, no, nobody should say it, because it's always the oppression Olympics. People want to feel like they have had the worst life, that their life is the shittiest. So in order to relate, they create a manufactured oppression, which is the C word, which was never even a thing for oppression. That's literally, cracker comes from the term the crack of the whip. ER being possessive, the cracker is the white slave master cracking their whip at the black person. It was literally to refer to a slave master, which is a person of power. N-word was used as a derogatory slur for people who are filthy and not of power. So it is literally presenting a hierarchy where cracker as a term is automatically going to be considered top status, and the N-word is going to be like, you are below me or beneath me. Granted, there is some nuance to it where the N-word just isn't what it is, but unfortunately, as a society, we're not as nuanced, and some white people just want to say the N-word because they want to get away with being racist. I do believe there's a chunk of white people that just want to say it as a way to be a part of a community that they listen to on the regular. They listen to like Drake, Travis Scott, and they're hearing these lyrics and stuff, and they want to participate without it being awkward and stuff like that, which is understandable. And in a very like how should I put it, in a very like naive mindset, I can kind of get behind that, where white people just want to be a part of just want to say it because they want to be a part of something, especially if you grew up in a community around black people and this was one of the words that you could not say, because it sort of adds a disconnect in a way. But at the same time, you have to have a level of understanding that, hey, not all words you can say. The N-word is this weird nuanced word where black people over the time reclaimed that word. And mind you, that has only been within, it hasn't been within our vernacular for that long to use the N-word in a positive way. It's mostly like our previous generation and generation before were actually using that as like a positive thing, like what up my nigga, hey nigga, or whatever. So it's one of those weird things where like nobody's going to, like Mexicans aren't going to fight for the S word, or Hispanics aren't going to fight for the S word, because in their vernacular that was never a word that was used to be like, hey, let's empower the Hispanic community. Such as the K word for Jewish people. They're not going to be said. Like if I heard a Jewish person walk up and be like, yo, what's up my K word, I will fucking vomit on the street. Just be like, what is this society come to? The same with the F word and gay people. It's just like the N word is like a specifically nuanced word where it's just like, it's one of the rare words that was used as like a derogatory slur that then transitioned into a word of empowerment by their own people, which can be taken out of context. As somebody who is not of their race use that word, maybe in the future the N word, everybody can use it, but then black people will stop using it because white people have a tendency of ruining cool words that black people come up with and ruining them, just like faux shizzle, lit, bussin', like any word that rappers or black people come up with, white people immediately ruin. So please don't be offended when I'm like, I just want to hold on to the N-word for a little bit longer until I see a white guy with his shirt fully tucked in with a bowl haircut saying, yo, what up my nigga? I'm sorry. Can we have something, please? Can we please have something? No? Okay. All right.
Because I think you understand that the N-word and cracker are not of similar magnitude. Now,
But Hasan was out of pocket for just like literally like, are you going to ban me or not? And then continue to use cracker like 8 times. And then he wasn't surprised when he got banned, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't double down.
The reason why you don't say the N-word out loud, I hope, versus the reason why you can easily type cracker in most circumstances is because that is a legitimate grievance. That has historical context associated with it.
Yeah, he literally just explains what I just said.
0% chance. Twitch watches LSF. Twitch sees what's going on in LSF. They have no way of like accurately assessing.
And shout out to Twitch, just like, Twitch is like, Twitch has like I don't know how to describe it. They literally lost one of their biggest live stream, or like multiple of their biggest live streamers, and like they're not hurting because of it. There has been a little bit dippage here and there, and then it doesn't look good for the future of Twitch. That's why I'm just saying maybe they should be promoting their up and coming streamers. You know, probably of the more you know, more cultural variety, you know, someone of color, you know. That's an up and coming streamer. Maybe they should probably promote to become the next big streamer, you know, to sort of like, I don't know, boost people, more people to come in, to encourage people to want to become a streamer, to possibly create the next Ludwig, to make the next Tim the Tap Man, the next Dr. Disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But but no, Twitch is like, yo, we don't give a fuck. We are going to do the things that we want to do, the way we want to do it. We don't care how big you are, how much of an upset this would be. Because I'm going to be keeping a fast stack. The only Twitch streamer that I watch, like on the regular basis, well, as much as I can. This motherfucker streams like every day of the week. There's no way I'm watching 8 hours of content every single fucking day. I'm not crazy. But I watch Hasan because I'm trying to sound more politically impressive when I'm in a room of hoity-toity people, so I can like interject on the conversation. And that's why I watch Hasanabi, because I'm trying to like get a little bit more politically aligned, and he aligns with my political spectrum. And I'm like, I want to sound more smart. What would Hasan say? And then he would probably say something about cussy for a little bit, but then he has knowledge gems from here and there that I steal and use to make myself sound more smarter. Yeah, I said more smarter. And now that he's not going to be streaming for about a week, I'm not going to be watching Twitch for a week. I'm going to be streaming, of course, Mondays through Fridays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. But I'm not going to be watching any Twitch, because he was the main thing that I watched on Twitch mainly, outside of like smaller content creators that I just like follow and keep an eye on here and there. But other than that, like, yeah, and especially in the political spectrum, Hasan is the guy. Some people create a Twitch account and only watch Hasan because they're political heads, and you're just losing a big fan base of people just not watching. But then again, he gets an aggregate of like what, 30,000 a stream, so maybe there is like he's not that big of a loss. But I don't know, I just don't know what Twitch is thinking some of the times, where it's just like, we can afford to lose a big streamer, we can afford to like have a streamer just be banned for 7 days, you know.
Assessing it. They have no way of recognizing that if I do get banned for fucking utilizing the term cracker, or advocating that cracker is not as fucking severe as a sentiment or as a slur or a pejorative to the tune of the N-word, that will most likely cause a fucking media outrage far greater than the LSF weirdos fucking freaking out over it. So this one's one that...
It's weird, because like I'm seeing a lot of people like blowing up the timeline being like, finally Hasan is being called out, is being canceled for this shit. And isn't me the main motherfuckers that be complaining about cancel culture? It's like weird. It's like, I want cancel culture to only work for me. Like, it is like this type of thing. Like, it shows clearly that you're a hypocrite when you're just like, hey, Hasan got canceled, ha ha ha. Meanwhile, like you can like scroll back on their timeline and it's just like, oh, it's why did this actor get canceled? He was just speaking his mind. He was just saying the N word. How come we can't say the N word? And he explains it like it's just mostly people that are kind of like hypocrites, or it's just like these are just a bunch of upset saltines that are like, hey, you can say the C word, but I can't say the N word. How come? Guys, just sometimes you just can't. Fuck. White people are like little children, like having a little brother and shit. Like when you get something good, like black people are the older brother, and then white people are like the little brother. Every time black people get shit, white people want to try to complain and be like, how come I didn't get shit? Like, Black Lives Matter. Well, all lives matter. It's just like, bro, let me have something, god damn it. It's like, now you gotta share. Oh, like, here we go again. We can't take y'all nowhere. It's just like the same thing with the C word. It's just like, you get to have the N word. I want to have the C word. It's just like, y'all niggas weren't even paying attention to the C word for years. And then now you just want to be like, I think I want the C word now. I want a cool word that I can say in raps. What about Logic? Can he say both the N word and the C word? He's biracial. Think about that.
That I am very adamant about, and no, I don't think I will garner the support of most people on a platform that is predominantly white, especially when it's like white fragility is the one fucking aspect that is impossible to shake, and it's an important one, I think, to address, and it's an important one for people to shake. I already hate myself as a person. I guess I can hate myself for being white also. Dude, you should not hate yourself for being white. It's fucking mind-boggling that that's what you think about this. Like, that's your point of view on this, especially considering the fact that I myself am white. What do I always tell you? Like, a lot of the performative allyship that like white people engage in when they fucking clean black people's shoes and they like fucking recreate like slavery moments where they chain themselves, and a lot of that stuff is
honestly, I love to see it. I love seeing that shit, and not because it's like some gratification, like I'm feel better about myself. It's just like, look at these dumbasses. Look at these dumb idiots that are trying to give me money because I'm black. Honestly, it's a good grift. All I need is like a very rich, like very guilty white person to be like, I'm willing to sponsor me. What? Is there a white person out there with enough white guilt that's willing to sponsor my Twitch career? That's all I need. Honestly. Please. This is my audition video right now. I am a poor black person who was fucked by the system. I had zero to no opportunities. And I would really love it if one of you guilty white people whose forefathers were responsible personally for the raping and killing of my ancestors to go ahead and donate money to this PayPal. Link can be found in the description. And I'm not saying that this will completely absolve you of your white guilt, but it will make you feel better day by day. As my pockets get fuller and fuller, slowly your white guilt will deteriorate over time. And then maybe that will pay for your ancestors' sins. Maybe. All I'm saying is it's worth a try. If you want to support your local black Twitch streamer, you can use this 1-800 number down below. Do you think that would work? I think that was sincere. I think that was sincere as fuck. I think I can get. I think I can grift. I mean, convince a few noble whitesmen to come to my defense, come to my aid. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Enough of that.
Psychotic and comes from a place of like weirdo white guilt. You should not feel that at all.
No, don't listen to Hasan. You should feel that white guilt, and that white guilt should line my inner pockets. As I said, for every $1, I was about to say something really out of pocket. You know what? Let's just continue.
That and act acting like you are traumatized by a fucking term that has no historical context with like you being dehumanized. Okay,
you know what? To push the envelope a little bit further, IRL live stream at the Cracker Barrel. I think we can do it, lads.
Essence, no different than Karen. It is in its essence no different than honky, redneck, hillbilly, and numerous other fucking terms that have been created to describe a certain type of behavior that white people engage in. You're really gonna die on this hill that it's okay to be racist towards whites? It's not a real fucking concept. What you're describing is not a real concept, okay? This idea that like
I like how literally, and like I'm not gonna lie. Hasan kind of brings this on himself. Literally, just like he stated his argument like not even 2 minutes ago, where some guy literally said should I feel guilty for being white, and he was like, no, you shouldn't feel guilty for being white. And then the next chatter was just like, hey, so you're just being racist against white people, right? As a white person, you're racist against white people, right? Like, again, some people just want to argue, and like that's okay. That's not me. That can never be me. Motherfuckers getting straight banned